I always long to be here wherever I may roam. Sherwood just sits here among the trees.
Hold up, big fellow. Surely you don't mean to cross on my bridge.
I don't see your name on it.
You'll just have to take my word for it.
I'm more accustomed to letting my staff do the arguing for me. But I can't expect you to face me on two legs. Might reveal how scrawny they are.
I thought you'd never ask. Don't tell me that was your best.
I would never use my best on a sack of bones like you.
Well spoken, for the son of a troll.
At least my father's known to me.
Very funny. You know something, Johnny? I never thought I'd spend my days hiding out in Sherwood like a common thief.
Well, look on the bright side. At least you're still alive.
There's never been a better time to strike it rich. With the whole country in turmoil, King Richard in prison across the sea.
Come on, who's mostly heading to town?
Right. We haven't picked a pocket all day.
We? As if you could steal a flower from its stem.
Someone's got to be the brains of this operation. Our fortune isn't going to come floating down from the sky.
Life takes care of itself, I always say.
And it's no wonder we haven't hit the jackpot. I tell you, Johnny, I never asked the clock the time of day. I never took a pence I couldn't spend. No, never made a plea while down on bended knee. So pardon me for asking this, my friend. How can a fella get ahead in life without losing the one he's got?
Tell me, lad.
He might just sell his soul to reach that lofty goal, to lay his grubby hands upon his dream jackpot. How can a fella find his holy grail, say by chance he's a Lancelot? He surely can expect his head will stand erect when in the end he dangles from a hangman's knot. How can a fella get ahead in life without losing the one he's got? It's high time that we shook the tax collector's crook and found a life of opulence and luxury instead.
Who needs luxury? This world's enough for me. A bite to fill my belly and a place to lay my head.
How can a fella find the perfect rose when he's cornered by poison's thorn?
Do go on.
Regardless of the pinch, if he should move an inch, he may not live through the day that he was born. How can a fella find his pot of gold when he can't find a unicorn? He surely can assume the friendly folks to whom his debts are bound will stand around his grave and mourn. How can a fella reach the promised land with a burden that can't be borne?
What a cad.
Thanks a lot. How can a fella get ahead in life without losing the one he's got? Good morning, Constable. Hard at work, I see.
An honest day's work for an honest day's pay. That's my motto.
And you're just the man for the job.
Why, thank you. Rogues!
Lose something, Constable?
Give me back my whistle, you thief!
Well, have you know, Constable, there's a very grave difference between a rogue and a thief.
Unless you happen to be both. Now, leave me be. I have nothing of value unless you're interested in a lot of nails.
Ah, we already have our share.
Aye, 10 each.
One for every year you'll spend in the dungeon if the sheriff catches you picking pockets. Now, away with you. Ah, I hate thieves!
One side, road dogs. Oi, sis! The sheriff raised the tariff!
The sheriff raised the tariff.
The sheriff raised the tariff.
The sheriff raised the tariff.
Oh, please don't be
Pay that. It was a pain in the mail. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna lose my tavern. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know. The sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff.
I'm not amazed the tariff's raised. The sheriff simply tariff
The
crazy.
sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff. I heard it too. Can it be true? The rent's already overdue.
Feed the cows, push the meat, push the plows and thresh the wheat, all to make a living for that no-good dirty cheat.
The king was surely tariff. He knew that rotten sheriff was living like a king on this excruciating tariff. Sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff. I need new lards and playing cards, but I can't even pay regards. The sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff.
All he gets rich, we get the switch. We'll pay that dirty son of a...
Butchers, bakers, chimney streets, toiling, tireless, flabby streets, mending, working, dawn till dusk. Then we feed our children on the husk. Scrub the walls, dust the sills, mop the halls and tread the mills, all to feed the sheriff and repay his lousy bills. It simply isn't fair if that good-for-nothing tariff is forced on every man and beast except the bloody sheriff. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't carry this anymore. Sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff.
If only these people would cooperate with us the way they do the sheriff.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying that.
Cooperation. Blast the...
Dark Ages, Johnny, that's it.
Wait, you can't expect.
Why didn't I think of this before? Cooperation.
Wait,
Come here.
Why did I keep my mouth shut? I think the sheriff disapprove. I think the townspeople disapprove. I think you've lost your mind. By golly,
It's the jackpot, Johnny. Come on. I'll prove it to you.
You can't expect to pull off that crazy idea there.
I've told you 1,000 times, Will, I don't want you in here when these knaves are drinking. Like to come in and have a drink? Or can't you fit through the doorway?
One side, road dogs.
On second thought, Johnny, maybe you're right.
Oi, be careful of that. That's the Nottingham Code of Justice.
There's no such thing as justice in Nottingham.
Oh, yeah? Sis! Sis, they took my Nottingham Code!
She'll hang us both.
And you're going to keep her occupied.
How am I gonna do that?
Oh, you'll think of something.
You're the idea, man.
William Heathcliff Jr., this is the last time I'm saying it!
Sis! Don't call me that!
I think I'll have that drink now, ma'am.
It's on the house.
He's one of them!
Heathcliff. Huh.
Shut your mouth, thief!
What did you call me? Heathcliff?
Thief!
Louder, Heathcliff.
Thief in the square!
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm so glad Will was able to talk you all into joining me in the fresh air. Too blasted hot and muggy in there. Well, that's what you get with a group of hard-working, respectable gentlemen trying to drink away their sorrows. And to think of all that precious money going into the sheriff's pockets. And what do you get in return? Higher taxes! How long till he raises them again?
That blackguard can raise the taxes again tomorrow. We can do no more than we've done today.
Let me ask you this. If your neighbor steals your sow, do you turn a blind eye?
Why not? I'd be better off with one less mouth to feed.
For shame, man! Where's your dignity?
Aubrey had any dignity. The sheriff would find a way to tax us for it.
Then perhaps it's time you did something about it.
And what did you have in mind?
Take back what's rightfully yours.
Friend, when you get your refund from the sheriff, get ours too, won't you?
I will! And you'll not see a farthing of it, unless you're in with me. Give me ear, ye merry men, and hear what I've to say. Is there one among you who is fearful or afraid? And is there one among you who has never seen before the fatness of the wealthy or the slimness of the poor? Then follow me, my noble friends, and we will right this wrong. For there are those in need of us and our intrepid song. From the rich and give to the poor, we'll make sure the rich aren't rich anymore. We'll take what we need and then we'll take more, give it to those who knock at our door.
From the rich and give to the poor, we'll make sure the rich aren't rich anymore. We'll take what we need and then we'll take more, and give it to those who knock at our door.
No! Now hearken to me once again, and this is what we'll do. We'll make quite certain our good sheriff hasn't any clue. We'll watch the high road and the low and everywhere between. We'll ambush every wealthy man in Sherwood that is seen. Then follow me, my merry men, and we will mark the way for those who stand in need of us and our goodwill this day. Rich and give to the poor. We'll make sure the rich aren't rich anymore. We'll take what we need and then we'll take more, and give it to those who knock at our doors.
The rich and give to the poor, we'll make sure the rich aren't rich anymore. We'll take what we need and then we'll take more, and give it to those who knock at our doors.
No! You can turn your backs on me. You can turn your backs on one another. But how, I ask you, how can you turn your backs on Richard, our king? If we don't stand up for him, who will? Prince John, the Sheriff of Nottingham. We must raise the ransom ourselves. Swear allegiance to the cause this day. We will not rest until the ransom is ours.
Hail to the lion's heart, the name we will defend. Hail to the lion's heart, to triumph in the end.
Steal from the rich and give to the poor.
We'll steal from the rich and give to the poor. We'll steal from the rich and give to the poor. We'll steal from the rich and give to the poor. We'll steal from the rich and give to the poor. We'll steal from the rich and give to the poor.
To Sherwood Forest, merry men!
Majesty, I trust the journey from London was a pleasant one.
I don't much care for travel, Sheriff, but the business of the crown requires it. How is our beloved Shire?
We have our fair share of troubles and more than our fair share of thieves, but we manage.
Would that I would trade my affairs with yours. A quarrel is nothing more than an opportunity for a liege to show his authority. And thank heavens for these. If the peasants are to avoid being victimized, they must look to you. And if you suffer no other difficulties here, I'd say you do more than manage.
Your Majesty is too kind.
Indeed. Now, as to the matter at hand, Sheriff, with the king incarcerated by those ungodly heathens, his affairs naturally fall to me. Thus, in addition to all that requires my attention, I am charged with the care of the royal ward. Do you know her, Sheriff?
I know of her, sire. Maid Marian?
Yes, she's very fond of my brother. Thus, she's anything but content with his absence. Not to mention, she doesn't seem to favor my methods of ruling England. Sheriff, let me reduce it for you. I have no time to entertain her, and I believe a period of diversion will improve her spirits.
Oh?
Nottingham is just the place for him to get away. It's quaint and out of the commotion that seems to be charging the air in London. And, while she's here, you will keep your eye on her.
How may I oblige, Your Grace?
Indeed you may. Make no mistake, Sheriff. When I am king, that is to say, should some mishap prevent poor Richard's return, I might be able to improve your circumstances.
How so, sire?
Perhaps I can be persuaded to sign your ticket out of here.
Oh, my sword is yours!
The sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised the tariff. The sheriff raised...
Constable!
Sorry, sir. Didn't know you had company.
Sheriff, we will discuss my plans further on my return from Canterbury. I'll see myself out.
Dressing mighty queer in other parts of Christendom, aren't they?
Do you have any idea what kind of fool you've just made of yourself?
No, what kind?
Indeed, it was a stupid question. Oh, Nottingham, Nottingham! It isn't even on the map, for pity's sake! If only there were a way out.
There is, my lord. The old road through Sherwood, but be careful. There's more thieves than rice at a wedding.
I will hear no talk of thieves today, Constable. What did you say?
Who? Me?
Rice at a wedding. Very interesting.
It is.
Let us say, for sake of argument, that this Maid Marian were my ticket out of here.
Why do you need a ticket?
Shut up, Constable. Why, oh, why am I consigned to mingle with the peasants? There ought to be a law designed to bar them from my presence. But hold, a lovely maid will soon be here, and on that fateful day, perhaps I'll find a new career down good old London way. London, London, calling my name. London, London, fortune and fame. A paradise of appetite where pleasures all abound. The merchandise is always right. There's treasure by the pound. London, London, glorious place. London, London, splendor and grace. A haven of felicity where no one ever grieves. And think of the publicity.
But what about these?
Silence, you imbecile! If I've been mistaken, then confine me to the mantops. Ready to high plunder win, an opportunity knocks. You see, our winsome wench is on the way, and though it sounds absurd, I never thought I'd see the day I'd relish once more. London, 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 brilliant and bold. London, London, silver and gold. A carnival of decadence where craft is up your sleeve, and arsenal of indolence.
But what about the
No more forced to lead a life that's positively rife with all the rabble and the muck they rape. I shall have my rise to fame, elevate my name above this place that's nowhere on the map, for pity's sake! London, London, calling my name. London, London, fortune and fame. London, London, London.
after that sheriff.
I just never dreamed it'd be on a full stomach.
You two haven't stood up all day. Instead of man in your post, you both sit around like potato sacks.
Oh, please, don't mention that.
I bet you two clowns won't be so comical when John finds you here.
Don't do that, Scarlet.
Serves you right. We'll never raise a ransom at this rate. All you men do is sit around holding up the trees.
Thanks to Robin. Aye!
Thanks indeed.
John! These men were
You can show your thanks by picking a few pockets.
Right.
We can't treat ourselves on gratitude. How could you be asleep at a time like this, Rob? When news reaches Nottingham with this little charade, the sheriff will have us strung up by the tallest tree in the Shire.
Relax, Johnny. Pretty soon our army will be as big as his.
Don't you realize the risk of betrayal every new man brings?
Betrayal? You've heard the way these men talk. They won't betray me.
Only because they really believe you are raising a ransom for Richard.
It's working, isn't it? Johnny, this is what we've waited for. We're closer to the jackpot than ever.
Heads up, Robin! There's a coach down the road.
Johnny, do the honors.
Anything to make you happy, Rob? Oh, there! Man of antiquity. Where to this afternoon?
None of your beeswax, young instigator. Up with you now at once.
Certainly, after you shared with your bounty with the poor.
Young man, you have forced me into drastic measures. Oh!
Dearest Percival, what's happened?
No need for alarm. Just a band of thieves on the road here.
Thieves! Flesh and blood! Think of it, Miss Marion! Oh!
And a rather bloody lot.
Really, Percival, if you're not going to trample them, at least ask if this is the way to Nottingham.
My lady, I refuse to speak to the likes of these rascals.
Must I get out myself?
Oh, curses! Gone are the days when a man was respected. Well, what of it, young imp?
You said you're going to Nottingham?
The fellow's stuttering like a goat.
Oh, but he's very handsome.
Are you the leader of this band of hoods?
No, actually. His name
Then
is...
summon him. I will speak with him.
My apologies for the delay. Times being what they are, we've been forced to question strangers on this road.
Sir, if your intent is to rob us, please be about it and let us be on our way.
Rob you? Milady, whatever gave you such an idea?
Of all the impertinence. I'm sorry to say...
Apology accepted. You see, we are humble stewards of the king.
The king? Surely you do not make reference to him who wears the crown of England?
I know of no other king.
I see. And pray tell, what are you stewards of?
We are not at liberty to discuss it with friends of the prince.
Friends, wherever did you get such an idea?
You are headed to Nottingham, are you not?
Yes, of course. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have travelled some way and are quite exhausted.
Fear not, milady! We will not impede your progress to that dismal place.
Oh, milady, Prince John did assure you that Nottingham would be hospitable.
Prince John? So you are in his service?
It's strange now that you mention it. I can't seem to remember Richard ever mentioning you before.
It's no surprise. We're under an oath of secrecy.
Ah.
That's funny. Richard tells milady everything. Isn't that right, milady?
What do you mean?
Well, milady is the king's royal ward.
Flynn!
The royal ward! Milady.
Please, this isn't necessary.
Milady, stay one moment more. Tell us of His Majesty.
Friends, I am moved by your loyalty. I'm afraid, however, that I have no good news for you. The last message from Vienna was that King Leopold had raised the ransom by 50,000 marks. I'm afraid for him.
We'll never give up, milady. Prince John has no intention of helping our king. Robin has pledged his life to raise a ransom for Richard.
You are this Robin. I see. You've been forced to hide out in these woods.
It is by your own choice, milady. Heaven knows there are few places friendly to the name of Richard the Lionheart.
Yes, I know.
If you're ever in need, come to Sherwood. We don't have much, but where friendship and loyalty are concerned, we have our share and more. Many a wayfaring man has traveled along this road. A cumbersome pack and a creak in his back. He is anxious to lighten his load. And often the holiest men take pilgrimage through this way. They're singing a song as they hobble along till they stop off to tarry a day. And if, while reposing, they ask, has this woodland a name? I'll taunt them a while, or I'll crack them a smile, but the answer is always the same. Sherwood, yes, this forest is my home. I always long to be here wherever I may roam. Sherwood, yes, it's here among the trees, with roads and rags and scalawags that I am most at ease.
Many a dreamy young maid may wander within this wood. She'll stroll on for hours through the blossoming flowers, feeling safe as a maid ever could.
And valorous knights of the round will ride out into the gloom. They search east and west on a dangerous quest for to render a dragon its doom.
But when night has come and they're lost, they lift up their voices and cry. But gone is their fear when the travelers hear they're afraid of that fabled reply. Sherwood, yes, this forest is my home. I always long to be here wherever I may roam. Sherwood, yes, it's here among the trees, with roads and rags and scalawags that I am most at ease. Sherwood, yes, this forest is my home. I always long to be here wherever I may roam. Sherwood, yes, it's here among the trees, with roads and rags and scalawags that I am most at ease. Roads and rags and scalawags that I am most at ease. Do come again, milady. You're always welcome.
Thank you. You don't know how this has warmed my heart, Sir Robin.
Milady?
Come along, Roslyn. Roslyn? Goodbye.
Have you finished with the collection, Constable? What is the meaning of this?
Thieves, my lord. They attacked me.
I will hear no talk of thieves today, Constable. I am expecting Maid Marian's arrival at any moment.
Careful what you say, my lord. He has eyes everywhere.
What are you blabbering about?
His men call him Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. How could he be such a threat if I've never heard of him? Now get out of my sight, Constable, before I put you to a simple task like scrubbing the drawbridge.
Better wait on that one, sire.
What?
I saw a carriage approaching the castle a moment ago. A fancy one at that.
Imbecile! Why didn't you tell me?
What for? It's only more of those queer folk from London.
Constable?
I knew you didn't want to be bothered by their pomp and snobbery.
Constable, about that task I just mentioned, go and see to it. With a toothbrush! Milady Marian, at last we meet. Oh, rumors of your beauty and grace, they don't do justice to the sight of you.
Surely my lord jests.
Am I in error?
Miss Marian understands that you were merely playing it safe by greeting the elder of us first. Isn't that right, Miss Marian? So taken by your dashing appearance, she can hardly speak.
Yes, you were just being polite, my lord.
Your graciousness has saved me from embarrassment. Oh, I could never have mistaken you for an old, worn-out chambermaid.
Flattered, my lord. Oh.
Rumors of your beauty and grace. How does one say it? They don't do justice to the sight of you.
I am pleased to be here, my lord.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I was worried our little castle in the woods would be far too quaint for so refined a woman.
Life is full of surprises, my lord.
Why don't you ask his liege what sort of amusements can be found in a place so quaint it isn't even on the map?
There's plenty to do in Nottingham. We hunt, we fish, we ride horses in the forest.
So quaint, so rudimentary. Just the thing for a lady. Oh, I ache at the thought of missing all the fun.
Milady, won't you join me for a peaceful ride in the glade? It's perfect for two people to become better acquainted.
Sounds captivating. But you see, we've so much to get settled.
Nonsense, milady. Percival will see to it all.
Excellent. I will ready the horses.
Milady, what's come over you?
Forgive me, Rosalind, but I had made up my mind to help this Robin of Sherwood any way I can.
Then why didn't we stay out there in the forest? It was so wonderful with all those dashing young lads attending us.
You must never allow your passions to cloud your wisdom.
Why must you speak of love as though we're vexation?
We are not speaking of love, Rosalind.
But I don't want to be a lady waiting for the rest of my life. Forgive me, milady, but I so long to know what it means to truly be in love.
Yes, of course. And you shall, when the time is right.
But how will I know? What if I'm to believe I'm in love with the sheriff? He's quite handsome, you know?
Rosalind, don't let yourself be fooled by shallow appearances. Love is much deeper.
Then tell me, how do you know when you're truly in love?
How do you know when you've fallen in love? Does a pillar of light fall from heaven above to chase all your worries away? How do you know when you've fallen in love? Do you hear a
wasn't sworn to discover that love ever true. So few have found it, that secret so deep, their hearts bound forever, that never they weep from that terrible breaking in two. There's one way to explain how they knew. Please do. How do you know when you've fallen in love? Truly, how do you know when you've fallen in love?
Ready, dear?
No, I hate to leave you like this, Rosalind. It just isn't fair.
But it means so much to milady. A chambermaid has no right standing in the way. How do you know when you've fallen in love? I suppose you just do.
Johnny, how much is 50,000 marks?
Enough to feed us for the rest of our days, I'd wager.
Supposing we had that money, John, what would you do with your half?
Me? I'd buy myself a new pair of boots.
Is that all?
Robin, I know there's an idea squirming around in that little head of yours.
Just seems to me, knowing you as I do, you might think to put it to good use.
Good use?
There are those who think a ransom might be putting it to good use.
A ransom? By golly, that's exactly what I would do.
What about the boots?
It's taken me years to get the holes in these just right. I can never part with them.
I see.
Are you actually considering it, Rob? Paying the ransom?
What? Are you joking?
Sorry, must have lost my head.
Don't let it happen again.
But why do you ask anyway?
Ask?
About the money?
Just wondering, that's all.
You always have a reason for wondering, Rob.
I do I?
You're hiding something.
I am I?
Something you don't want me to know. Come to think of it, you've been acting very strange these past few days.
Oh, I have! Have I?
It won't work. I know you too well. You're out of sorts.
All right. What am I hiding?
I don't know.
Come, Johnny. I'm smart enough to know I could never hide anything from you. We've been friends too long. Why do you think it peculiar that I mentioned the 50,000? I'm always thinking about my favorite subject.
50,000 marks. 50,000 marks.
Why do you keep saying that?
50,000. By golly, that's it.
What is?
She's got you wrapped around her finger.
Johnny, what are you shouting about?
You've really fallen for this woman.
Johnny, keep your voice down.
If I were you, I'd do everything in my power to get that ransom. She might just give you a second look.
Johnny.
And the royal ward would be quite a feather in your little cap, wouldn't she?
John Little! You have said some outrageously stupid things in your time, but in all the years I've known you, never have you been so completely, so entirely, and so otherwise comprehensively mistaken.
Don't worry, Rob. Your secret is safe with me.
Johnny!
Leave the Holy Scriptures. I'd be alone in this world without them.
Your ears are as keen as a thief's, Friar.
You can hear everything if you listen with your heart.
I'm in no mood for a sermon.
Something troubling you, my brother?
It's like this, Friar. I have this plan. I'm going to hit the jackpot, and when I do, I'm going to strike out on my own. Nothing to weigh me down.
Simple enough.
But I met someone the other day. Someone... Now will I be lying if I didn't say I was a bit confused?
Blessed be the day! The good Lord has smiled upon you.
Then why am I frowning?
Because you don't see the hand of providence yet. But you will.
Providence? Things were going so well. The money was coming in, the stores were going up, and then...
And then you were saved from your jackpot. You see, the real jackpot is not what we think. It's something that comes along unexpected. Something that speaks to us in a voice we've never heard before. And that's why it's able to open our heart.
Feels like a knife.
Only if you resist. Give it a chance, brother. The man Molus to his heart is the poorest man in all the world, no matter how much lucre he has.
You're not like other churchmen, Friar. Fact is, we usually don't care for your type.
We?
Gentlemen, there's someone I'd like you all to meet. State your name for the record, Friar.
Tuck. Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck, meet the merry men of Sherwood.
Just don't try to convert us.
How can I resist? Now this is what I call a jackpot.
What's the diversion?
What's the matter with you, old boy? You losing your head? Forgive me, milady. I know what you must think of me, and I can hardly blame you. But please believe me when I say I could never think of you as a feather in my cap. Feather in my cap? No, never for this chap. And though it's likely I'm the poorest pauper on the map, I have no gumption, I'm afraid, to woo a lovely maid and hold her like a quarry in my trap. No, you'll never be a feather in my cap. Feather in my cap, the answer is a snap. And anyone who thinks me in deceit is just a sap. I've no reason to conceal, I'm really just a heel whose gums are far too often prone to flap. No, you'll never be a feather in my cap. When it comes to romance and those gentle wooing arts, the truth is sorely plain to see that I'm no thief of heart. I will surely tell no lies, nor wear a clever guise to thrill you like a sudden thunderclap. You may be my one desire, a treasure I admire. But please believe me when I start to yap that you'll never be a feather in my cap. No, you'll never be a feather in my cap.
Constable, come in. How are you this fine day?
Maybe I should be asking you.
Not to worry, I haven't taken leave of my senses. And to think, I was worried about wooing the fabled Miss Marion. I'll have a ring on her finger by the end of the month.
A gold ring, my lord?
Of course.
A thief can smell gold a mile away.
We'll hear no talk of thieves today, Constable. We must ready the taxes for London. You know what to do.
One for the taxes, one for the sheriff, one for the taxes, two for the sheriff, 1 for the taxes, 3 for the sheriff. 1 for the taxes, 4 for the sheriff. Ah, you must be Maid Marian. Ah!
Oh, it's only the chambermaid.
Am I interrupting, my lords?
We are merely attending to the affairs of the castle.
Pressing
Are
matters.
those the tax monies?
That's none of your concern.
Yes, of course. I merely came to say that Milady is taken ill and won't be able to leave her chambers for the entire day.
What? Oh, that is terrible. She was to accompany me to London with the taxes.
Today?
Yes.
Actually, Milady was looking better when last I saw her. A ride through Sherwood Forest would be the perfect remedy for her ills.
We don't carry taxes through Sherwood.
No? Too bad. You'll have no success convincing Milady to take the long way round. She so loves the forest.
Really? I have been considering the old road through Sherwood for some time. It really is much faster.
What of the thieves, my lord?
Milady and I made the trip a week ago. We saw only a few humble woodsmen going about their business.
Ha! There, you see, Constable. Nothing to fear.
Sheriff, we can't go into that den of thieves with the gold.
I will give your message to Milady. Bon voyage!
Wait! Constable, I am obliged to keep Milady in my sight at all times. Do you understand? Good. Now take the tax monies and put them under the seat of Milady's carriage. Go. Wrong box, Constable.
Who gets the big one?
That's none of your business.
I do hope this trip will improve Milady's outlook.
And how much did you drink, Friar?
Young man, you're speaking to a steward of the church. Would I tarnish my soul?
Every last drop.
Will Scarlett.
It's quite all right, John. The truth is, I spilled the bishop's ale down the front of my road every day for a week, and then came staggering into Mass with a grin on my face. It drove the old crab up the wall. He wanted to string me up from the bell tower, but he couldn't let anyone know about his precious bottle of ale. And I believe he hasn't had a drink since.
And the moral is?
Simple. Never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing.
Wait, there's a carriage on the road.
Into the trees, lads. Why, if it isn't old chivalric, fleeing Nottingham so soon.
I see you didn't learn your lesson the last time, young blackguard. Curses! Ah, the days when a man was obeyed.
What's the holdup?
A young rabble-rouser blocking the road.
Well, tell him to get out of the way.
Confound it! I'll not haggle with the likes of this bandit.
You there! Get out of the way before I have you hung from the gallows. They're really quite amiable when you're firm with them.
Why, you've chosen a perfect spot for us to stretch our legs.
Ah, we really must be on our way.
Yes, we'll be with you in a moment.
Ah! What is the meaning of this?
Hello again.
You'll find the funds cleverly hidden under the seat.
Get your filthy hands off me!
Welcome to Sherwood, Sheriff.
Look, sire, thieves!
Silence, Constable! As for you, I demand an explanation.
It seems you've attempted to transport a rather modest sum of money through my forest.
Your forest? Why, I will...
I'm so glad we've had this little chat, Sheriff. He's all yours. Will.
My dear friends, gather round. This court is now in session. You have before you the most contemptible villain ever known to the Shire. His reign of terror has bound the very essence of brotherhood that was once our hallmark. His greed and avarice have abolished the peace and plenty our people so long enjoyed. Have you anything to say thus far, Sheriff? Good! In light of this evidence, we find the sheriff, our luckless defendant, guilty of... Well, he's completely and absolutely confounded. How does one convey it?
How does one relay it? How does one display it?
I think it's most precise to say. It's quite concise to say.
I think it's rather nice to say that he's undeniably, indisputably, undefiably, irrefutably, unbelievably, inconceivably, uncontrollably, inconsolably naughty? Yes, naughty!
Naughty indeed.
Does he not realize the weight of his call? Does he not advocate justice for all? Does he not succor the great and the small?
Naughty. Naughty.
No.
Naughty.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
The naughty sheriff of Nottingham, wrapped in his wolf in the coat of a lamb. He's merely a puppet for haughty Wiltshire to do all his dirty work hither and yon.
The naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham. Does he not champion the cause of goodwill? Does he not see all the shoes he must fill and do more than sitting there stroking his quill? Naughty, 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 naughty.
The naughty sheriff of Nottingham, with all the finesse of a battering ram, he holds up the gold to the prince's demand, a popular fellow to puzzle the land. Naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham. The naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham.
It's been a pleasure, Sheriff. Drop in again when you can't stay so long.
Works every time.
Yeah!
Take me to the castle.
Right.
So long, Johnny.
So, what do you think of Sherwood?
Well, I never saw a forest I didn't like.
Where'd you go?
My, but they do enjoy themselves here.
They owe their celebration to you.
I must say that I'm fascinated that you've managed to win their loyalty.
Hunger brings the price of loyalty down considerably.
Does it?
But it's wrong for me to speak of such things to a woman born into nobility.
Nobility isn't something you're born into, Sir Robin. I think of nobility when I see someone stand up for something he believes in, no matter what his station.
It isn't so hard to stand up for something when you have nothing to lose.
What do you lack?
Look around you!
Robin, you have something worth far more than any material possession.
Do I?
You have a dream. I'll never forget that first day here in Sherwood. My heart leapt when I heard that you had pledged your life to save Richard.
Really?
I only hope you can succeed. There is so much at stake, Robin, and you have such power to do good. It's clear why these men admire you so. I have always had a dream I've never spoken of.
you tell me of this Robin Hood?
Oh, must have slipped my mind, sir.
Why, I'll hang him from the tallest tree in the Shire.
He did certainly take a liking to Milady. Him and Milady Marian spent the whole afternoon together.
The villain! The fiend! At dawn, my armies will march on Sherwood.
I wouldn't try it, my lord. He's the finest archer in the Shire.
I'm not going to throw an archery tournament.
And soon he'll have enough gold for his ransom.
Wait a moment. Did you say he's the finest archer in the Shire?
Who? Me?
And the gold is what he's after?
It is.
And that he's taken a liking to Maid Marian?
He has.
Why, that's it. Hold on to your horses for just a space. I've an idea that might succeed. It's been sitting here right in front of my face. An arrow of gold is the thing that we need.
An arrow of gold is the thing that we need.
Yes, you dumb imbecile. Yes, indeed. We'll offer it up as the victory prize for noble Sir Robin to try his hand. No doubt he'll bedeck himself in disguise, and then we'll sack the insidious sand.
And then we'll smack the slippery sand.
Please restrain your tiresome crap.
The flags will wave, the trumpets will blare, the hum of excitement will ring through the air, and paupers and peasants from high and low will come to see Robin Hood put on a show.
And then we'll grab him,
we'll nab him,
we'll flail him,
we'll jail him,
the dirty, despicable knave, and into the dungeon we'll right away plunge him and hastily dig him a grave. The noose will wave, the court will stare, confusion will ring through the air, paupers and peasants from high and low will come to see Robin Hood sway to and fro. An example of Robin Hood to show every serf that hope is done, and when that marauder is gone for good, there'll be no more outlaws in all of the Shire.
There won't be no more of them hooligans, sire?
Why don't you go take a dip in the mire?
The flags will wave, the trumpets will blare, the hum of excitement will ring through the air, and paupers and peasants from high and low will come to see Robin Hood put on a show.
And then we'll seize him,
we'll squeeze him,
we'll lynch him,
we'll pinch him,
the dirty, despicable knave, and into the dungeon we'll right away plunge him and hastily dig him a grave. The noose will raise, the people will stare, the hum of confusion will ring through the air, and paupers and peasants from high and low come to see Robin Hood sway to and fro. See, catch him,
snatch him,
flog him,
leapfrog him,
the dirty, despicable fool. We'll rend him,
we'll bend him,
we'll totally end him. We'll rope him and kick out the stool. We'll rope him and kick out the stool. We'll rope him and kick out the stool.
We'll rope him and kick out the stool.
Take this down, constable. I'm a genius. Hear ye. Hear ye, hear ye. And hearken every man. A golden arrow is the trophy for the one who can shoot the truest shaft with a bow that never breaks. Just an arrow in the center every time is all it takes.
So, harken animals now, no matter the plan. The golden arrow is the trophy for the one who can shoot the truest shaft. The bow that never breaks. Just an arrow in the center every time is all it takes.
So hearken ye men of Nottingham, the royal stakes are high. The golden arrow can be won within the bull's black eye. Come on! Come on! Come on, ye friends, round this hinterland. Whether ye be rid to poor, ye still may try your hand. The prize will be awarded by, I'm happy to report, the hand of Lady Marian, our jewel of the court. So hearken ye men of Nottingham, the third of it is nigh.
But Stuli,
I don't like this, John. You both know what the sheriff is up to.
there was no talking Robin Hood out of this, believe me. We just have to make sure that nothing sneaks up on us. Oh, beg pardon.
That's all right, Johnny.
The men think this is a bit risky, Rob. Can't say as I blame them.
Where's your sense of adventure? I believe you're the one who's always saying life takes care of itself.
You just couldn't resist another chance to see her, could you?
I thought you were leaving.
John Little, are you crazy? What are you doing here?
You don't think this was my idea, do you?
Was Robin really stupid enough to show his face here for a gold-plated arrow?
Actually, it's a different kind of jewel he's after.
What do you mean? Wait, don't you walk away from me, why, you little... A different sort of jewel.
Places, everyone. The tournament of the Golden Arrow will now begin. Archers remain.
Congratulations, Stuli. Well done. Well done.
It's a bullseye.
This one's for the lady.
He split the arrow. Whoa!
I commend your skill, Archer.
It's a natural talent, my lord. I deserve no credit for it.
How naive of me. Here I thought only practice could make perfect.
You learn something new every day.
Let us hope today is no exception. Milady Marian.
Noble Archer, you truly are the best. Here's your arrow.
Thank you, Miss Marion.
Wait a moment. We never got your name, Archer.
Erica Lincoln, from Lincoln County. You can find that on the map.
Is that why you wear Lincoln green underneath your cloak? I think not.
Aha! Seize him!
Do you have anything to say for yourself, Robin Hood?
Just Robin, if you please.
Take him away, and Dom he hangs!
I beg your pardon, Constable. Would you mind bringing...
Don't speak to me. I hate thieves.
Good evening, Constable.
I can't hear you, sire.
Constable! Now then, how is our guest doing? Not his usual talkative self, is he? Must be the thought of his neck stretching in that noose.
Oh, dear.
Oh, not to worry, milady. After tonight, you won't have to look upon this rogue ever again.
I believe it was David.
Oh, yes, good night. Look at him, Constable. Look at the great Robin Hood.
I can't look, sire.
Stop that! It's almost a pity sending such a man to the grave before his time.
I'm flattered, my lord.
You should be.
No, really, I mean it. Every thief who's worth his salt speaks your name with reverence. You are the patron saint of cutthroats and robbers everywhere, for who in all the world has picked more pockets than the venerable sheriff of Nottingham?
The sheriff's a pickpocket?
How many widows have you stripped of their homes, Sheriff? How many orphans no longer have shoes on their feet by your order? You're the greatest thief the world has ever known.
The sheriff's a thief?
Silence, Constable. As for you, you've merely confirmed what I suspected all along.
Oh?
Indeed, you are a man after my own heart.
That's rather impossible, since you have no heart.
Precisely the point. You were planning to take the money and run, weren't you? To let those peasants gather up a ransom in the name of the king, when all the while you weren't planning to leave a farthing to them.
I don't see why you would have any great objection, seeing how you feel about Richard.
I'm almost tempted to put you under my employ, but that would make me the laughingstock of the Shire until my ascent to London.
Why London? Rumor has it they hang whole families of thieves there.
I don't care if they hang the king, so long as I don't have to hear that incessant talk of thieves! Now then, I believe a long night's rest is in order.
You're wrong about me, Sheriff.
Am I? All the better.
Good night, sire.
And where do you think you're going?
To bed?
Wrong! You will stay here until the changing of the guard. And should anything go amiss...
Yes, sire.
I beg your pardon. Constable, what possible reason could you have to fear?
Don't speak to me. I hate thieves. Was that? Oh, right. Oh, I'm off.
John, did you get his keys? Very good. You and Will watch the hall. We must hurry, Robin.
What's this?
It's the sheriff's collection box. There must be at least 100,000 marks in you. Here, you have your ransom.
Yes.
Quick, the window.
Wait. Milady, were you surprised to see me at the tournament today?
I'm more surprised to see you hesitating now.
If you knew why I came. I didn't come to win the tournament. And certainly not for some silly gold-plated arrow. I came because of you.
You could have been killed.
Knowing there was the slightest chance of seeing you again,
Robin, we have no time.
come with me.
Whatever do you mean?
To Sherwood. Come with me. Now that we have the ransom, I couldn't bear to leave you in this place.
Robin,
I know it sounds foolish, coming from a commoner like me.
You're anything but common.
What must I do to prove myself to you?
Oh, Robin.
The words that fall from your lips are thorns with poisonous tips, and they keep me from your heart. But oh, they cannot disguise the words you say with your eyes every time that we must part.
And what do they say, I implore you, sir?
They say in their way, I adore you, sir. I adore you.
At times your comments are cruel, like winds that blow through the Yule, and I shiver deep inside. But when you look at me so, the chill is gone, for I know that your eyes could not have
and they keep me from your heart. But oh, they cannot disguise the words you say with your eyes every time that we must part. And what do they say? I implore you, dear. They say in their way, I adore you, dear. I adore you.
I adore you.
I adore you.
Robin, I'm the king's ward.
Yes, I know.
No matter what my heart begs me to do, I cannot betray him.
Betray him?
Richard has decreed that I marry the man he chooses for me. A knight of the court. I'm sorry, I should have told you.
The constable, he's coming back.
He's after his keys.
The oath! Quick, your post!
What are you doing here, Milady Marian?
I'm just out for a stroll. It seems you forgot your keys.
Hello, Johnny.
I'm afraid I'll have to relieve you of those keys, Constable.
What keys? Oh, I suppose you mean these keys.
I'm sorry to have to do this to you, lad. His head's too thick.
Johnny, the money's in there! Milady?
Go on, Robin. Hurry.
Where is he? Where is Robin Hood? Constable, summon the guards.
You won't find him, Sheriff. His horses are halfway to Sherwood by now.
You ought to be more concerned for yourself, chambermaid. You're going to regret ever coming to this little castle in the woods.
Dawson, what are you doing here?
I waited all night and through the morning for you. I was afraid.
You isn't safe.
I heard about Robin and the gold. Is there nothing to be done? The sheriff believes I am the royal
Rosalind,
ward. Perhaps I can...
you must go back to your chambers at once. You must lock yourself away and make sure
London, London, calling my name.
Milord seems in high spirits this morning.
Indeed. I've just received word from a very good friend.
A friend? Oh, how wonderful. I should very much like to hear about your friend, but you'll have to come closer. It's hard to see through this door.
Indeed, this friend told me all about our little dilemma.
Dilemma?
Indeed, I am beginning to believe there is hope. You see, I very much regret the rocky start we had. But you must admit, my behavior is understandable. After all, how is one to treat a lowly chambermaid? But perhaps there's still time for us to come to some sort of understanding.
This is ridiculous. I didn't do anything wrong.
Constable!
It's the barmaid I told you about, sir. She refuses to pay her taxes.
Not now, Constable.
Oh, but I would so like some company.
Milady? You're breaking the law. A citizen can't be placed into custody without a proper warrant. In writing.
Silence, wench!
Get your hands off me! You'll pay for this!
Get out of my sight, Constable, before I set you to a simple task, like beating the rugs.
Better wait on that one, sire.
What?
Oh, that snappy fellow from London was just coming down the hall.
Constable?
And dressed up like a peacock he is. Where do those strange folk come up with all that silly regalia?
Constable, about that task I just mentioned, go and see to it.
With a toothpick!
Majesty.
Sheriff. My lady.
Such a pleasure.
You are looking pretty well. I knew the fresh air would lift your spirits, but I never dreamed it would turn you to treason.
Surely my lord jests.
Stealing the royal funds is a serious crime, not to mention aiding an enemy to the crown.
It matters not. No one can lay a hand on me except His Majesty the King.
And I'm glad you brought that up. You see, there are significant changes afoot. Isn't that right, Your Eminence?
It would seem so, Your Majesty.
And you call me the traitor?
Now, Marian, the church can hardly be held on account of treason. If God wills it, who are we to protest? I only wish you had chosen a better time to betray me. This is all very inconvenient.
Perhaps I could be of assistance, Majesty?
I'm all ears, my friend.
You know my sword is yours, and now that I know who she is, I can be trusted to keep an eye on the royal ward. Say the word, and I can take her off your hands for good.
By my word, you do speak your mind. But consider your options carefully, Sheriff. She isn't getting any younger.
Her years make her no less useful to me.
I'm sure I don't know what you're saying.
Does the word betrothed mean anything to you?
You wouldn't dare.
It is not a dare, and once John is king, it will be his right.
So far as I'm concerned, John will never be king.
Now that is beginning to sound like treason.
She will lose all thought of treachery once she sees what I have planned for that rascal Robin Hood.
And that is why I keep the sheriff in my employ. Your Eminence, will there be any difficulty in performing the marriage after my coronation this evening?
None whatsoever.
You shall have your request, my good sheriff.
You're making a mistake, John. When Richard is rescued, he will come for me.
Rescued? His chances are no better than yours. Sheriff, you must take care that nothing interferes with the coronation this evening, just in case this rascal does intend to pay the ransom.
I assure you, his only purpose is to keep the money for himself.
Are you listening? Triple the guard and send a spy into Nottingham Town to keep an eye out for any sign of revolt. Someone who won't rouse suspicion in this Hood and his fellows.
Sire, the cook says we're all out of toothpicks.
I know just the man.
Good. Prepare your horses and tell no one. Tonight I will be king, and you will be a married man. Gentlemen, we have a full day ahead of us, shall we?
And what would a dashing young lad like the sheriff want with me anyway? An old worn-out chambermaid.
What a man does on his wedding night is his business.
See you at the altar, my lady.
Hey, Gazoon,
Oh, my lady, you just can't marry the sheriff.
I'll say, Rosalind, you must go to Sherwood at once.
To Sherwood? On my own? My lady.
You are my only chance to reach Robin. He must know of the coronation or all is lost. Do you understand?
Yes, my lady.
Miss, could you do me one small favor? Tell John Little what's happened to me.
Go, dear. And Godspeed.
All right, miss.
After all that's happened, the fate of England lies in the hands of my lady in waiting.
Not to worry. When Robin hears the sheriff is forcing you into marriage, he'll come. He's quite partial to you, my lady.
Yes, I know. He confessed his love.
And what did you say to him?
What could I say? Only the king can promise me in marriage.
Well, by golly, seems to me you're the lady in waiting.
Yes, I suppose it does. But it is by my own choice.
Even though your heart is breaking. I don't understand you.
No, I think you do.
Beneath
So, Robin, when do we set our king free?
Tonight, Will. It's too dangerous to move that cargo in broad daylight.
Good enough for me.
How do you expect to get the ransom out of here, Rob?
Call it a ransom if you wish. I call it a jackpot.
What? After all that has happened, you still intend to go through with your little plan? I tell you, there are times, Robbie.
Hold there, man! Robin says the king will have his ransom tonight! Strike up the tail with a merry mid-wail, and bettle a shilling, and buy up the ale, and kick up your boots all the hill and the dale, and guzzle your bums with me. And jolly for folly, for have we not that? From down to our boots to the quill in our hat, and brute heaven rolls with those old little rats. Be right the good company, be right the good company, be right the good company, and brute heaven rolls with those old little rats. Be right the good company. For we are the merry men of Robin Hood. They shall go in the shade of the wood. Are we not the very merry men who should be the very merry men of Robin Hood for good?
Under the cover of night we dance, waiting the hour to make up the time that we sat in the trance and know the hours of the day. So finish your pockets of
And they shall be heard to say, and they shall be heard to say, for Tyler and Taylor and Tingle Crow, and they shall be heard to say, for we are the merry men of Robin Hood. We make our votive in the shade of the wood. Are we not the very merry men? We should be the very merry men of Robin Hood for good. We are the merry men of Robin Hood. We make our votive in the shade of the wood. Are we not the very merry men who should be the very merry men of Robin Hood for good? Are we not the very merry men who should be the very merry men of Robin Hood?
Roslyn!
The lady is in great danger. The prince is going to marry her to the sheriff after he is made king.
1 minute, dear lady. The bishop is the only man in England who could place that crown upon the prince's head.
He's in Nottingham too.
You're certain?
Mrs. Lee has the point at the top.
What's happened, Robin? Richard's crown is now in very real danger.
And Nottingham is just the place to hold the coronation. So quaint it isn't even on the map.
You hear that, Rob?
You said Milady would be given to the sheriff?
She will be wed to him tonight after the coronation. Unless someone can stop him.
I'm going to Nottingham.
Well, you can't do that.
It's the only way. I should be able to buy you some time with a bit of luck and a bottle of ale.
Much to the above.
Oh!
Hut.
I'm afraid I can only help you with the churchmen, Robin. The other two scoundrels are yours. Cheers! The naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham.
I should have seen what the sheriff was up to.
He only wants us so he can marry into the royal family.
I hate to think of Milady alone in that jail cell, Rob.
Oh, I almost forgot. Which one of you is Little John?
I am.
Oh, I see. I have a message from the army. She's been arrested.
Arrested?
It seems she couldn't pay her taxes.
I'll tear him in two!
Easy, Johnny.
We have to do something!
Splendid. Any ideas?
You're the idea, man!
Thanks. Listen here, men. We'll meet at the town square at dusk. That'll give me enough time to work on my plan. Agreed?
Aye!
Off with you now and make ready. You'll need all the time you can get.
The lady doesn't love the sheriff. If you don't help her, she's doomed, Sir Robin.
Just Robin. If you please.
Don't worry, Robin will take care of this, won't you, Rob? Much, Stewie? This is your chance, Rob. It's up to you to set things right.
What am I supposed to do, Johnny?
These men believe in you, Rob. They'll follow you to the end.
How could they? Only a fool would talk that way.
Well, you're looking at the biggest fool of them all.
Johnny, the jackpot is finally ours. We can't mess it up at the last moment.
If we turn our backs on these men, that's exactly what we'd be doing. I admit, I went along with you, Rob, but I won't go through with it. Not for all the gold in England.
Then take your half and get out.
Are you going to lead Mary into that bloodhound?
She has made her choice.
She's in prison because she helped you.
No! She helped Richard.
So that's it. The little man gets a taste of his own medicine. Well, how about you follow her example and stop thinking about yourself for once?
I've got nothing else, Johnny. I've got nothing else.
That tears it. I hope you enjoy the jackpot of yours, Rob. I doubt anything can save you from it now.
Go on then. Your half belongs to me now.
And before I knew it, our dear bishop was 3 sheets to the wind. Doesn't hold his liquor like he used to.
And how much did you drink, Friar?
My dear Scarlet, you accuse me of tarnishing my soul?
Every last drop.
Not so. I had to make sure enough went in the bishop's bloodstream, and I believe I succeeded. Just wait till we storm the castle. We had swords drawn. We'll swim the moats, scale the walls, and we'll swing from the chandelier.
Pipe down! Someone's liable to hear.
Ah, let him go. Robin's on his way.
You too, Will Scarlet.
Wait. There's someone on the road.
Is it Robin? Here at last?
No, it's by way of the castle.
Come, Robin. Ah, Constable, what a pleasant surprise.
No thieves here. Working rather late, aren't we, Constable?
An honest day's work for an honest day's pay. That's my motto.
I bet that sheriff's sleeping like a baby. Knowing he's got a man like you on the job.
Oh, he better not be. I'm not risking my neck for nothing.
Of course not. Now, why don't you let us help you find these thieves?
No, I couldn't ask you gentlemen to do that.
It's no trouble. Why don't we start with, what do they look like?
Well, they're a ragged bunch, dressing mostly in Lincoln green. And they wear those silly feathered caps. And they travel in packs. No. Wrong way! Oh, you'll pay for this.
Lose something, Constable?
Just you wait. The sheriff will hang every one of you after the coronation.
You hear that, men? If we're to stop the prince, we must act now.
And who put you in charge?
If we don't, England will have a traitor on the throne, and Mary and the others are doomed.
What are you saying, that Robin won't come?
I'm saying our time is up.
We wait for Robin.
When will you see the truth? Do I have to beat it to you?
One more word, and I'll cut your tongue out.
Is that how you all feel? Much, Stewie?
Robin gave his word, John.
All right. Constable, I'm going to need your help.
My help?
The Shah has been ruled by that rascal long enough. This is our chance to do something about it.
You're right. Just do me one small favor.
Yes?
Count me out.
There's enough blubbering around here without you giving over to Constable.
Ah, let the traitor go. Only one man can lead us to victory. Robin and rides tonight. The victory is certain, our plan cannot fail. The host is already prepared to assail, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't stand in our way.
Let me drink up the constable's ale.
Robin and rides tonight. The forces are under a violent spell, and minstrels will hasten a story to tell, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't stand in their way. Behold the fury, behold the wrath, and hear the song
London, calling my name. London, London, fortune and fame. A paradise of appetite where pleasure's all about. The merchandise is always right. There's treasure by the pound.
And in beautiful crew, and all these boats and all these men could stand in our way.
How can a fella find his holy grail? Save by chance he's a Lancelot. Surely can expect his head will stand erect when in the end he dangles from a hangman's knot. How can a fella get ahead in life without losing the one he's got?
Sheriff, where is the bishop?
I don't know, sire.
Nottingham,
the ceremony begins now. What kind of
merely a
possessed
puppet for haughty Prince John to do all his dirty work in yon. The
coming from
naughty
the
sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham, the naughty sheriff of Nottingham. Your Majesty, if I could make one request before we begin, could you please stand still?
Sheriff, what is the meaning of this?
He's drunk as an April shower.
Oh, catastrophe!
Catastrophe? Here's one for you. Why did the sheriff throw all thieves in jail? He couldn't stand the competition.
Your Eminence! Let us begin the ceremony.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join these two souls in the bonds of holy matrimony.
Bishop! First, the coronation, and then the wedding.
It is?
Proceed!
Right. No. By golly, what is the coronation?
Bishop, simply put the crown on my head.
Right.
Constable!
Johnny!
I've given myself up. I'm here to bargain.
Sheriff, who is this intruder?
Let me introduce myself.
No, Johnny!
One move and your liege is a dead one.
What is it you want, rogue?
Let the women go, and all of us leave here quietly, without hindrance, and no one gets hurt.
If not... Constable, do you see the scullery maid there?
Ingrid?
Kill her.
What? No! I'll do it, I swear!
Sheriff, what do you think you're doing?
Go ahead, kill the heir to the throne, but before his royal blood hits the floor, the wench will die, and you will be next.
Johnny, don't give in.
The choice is yours, thief.
Let him go. It's me you want.
Young man, you certainly will leave here without hindrance. Straight to the gallows! But first, let us finish the ceremony.
Why's the wrong gone? If there be anyone here who objects to these two souls being joined in the bonds of holy matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, thank you.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Robin Hood?
Ah, so this is the great Sir Robin. Have you come to congratulate me on my succession to the throne?
My opinion is of little consequence. You see, there's an army of men outside these walls with their own opinion.
We're surrounded, my lord.
Silence, constable.
If your intent is to frighten me, you'll have to do a bit better than that, Sir Robin.
That's Robin Hood to you. And don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, by the throne, what is this?
My prince, meet the merry men of Sherwood.
To arms!
Will Scarlet! Drop the sword, Sheriff.
But that would spoil everything. You see, I have the very thing we both want.
You're wrong, Sheriff. Robin will sacrifice anything to save Richard.
You don't know him as well as you think.
You have only one chance of leaving here alive, Sheriff. Unhand the lady.
He is the finest archer in the Shire, my lord.
Shut up, constable.
Indeed, Constable. You're breaking my concentration. I'm trying to decide whether to place the arrow in his left eye or in his right. Or perhaps you'd like to choose your own fate, Sheriff.
You would risk the royal ward? You're every bit as dark-hearted as I thought.
It's not the first time you've been wrong about me.
He did split the arrow, my lord.
Silence! Very well. Shoot me down if you haven't the courage to face me.
No!
So ends your road to fame and fortune, Robin!
Robbie.
Wait! Wait, the gold!
What of it?
I'll give it to you. Every farthing.
That gold belongs to the merry men of Sherwood, and they mean to make a ransom of it. Arrest him!
By what authority?
By authority of the Nottingham Code of Justice!
The Nottingham
It
Code.
says here, any liege unfit for his office will be duly replaced by a just and honest man, according to the voice of the people.
Constable, I thought I told you to give letter.
John Little,
Yes, Rob?
you're the only man I know who fits that description.
I don't want any part of that.
Then you're perfect for the job.
Always the idea, man. Take him to the dungeon and let there never be another thief in my shire.
No more thieves! No more thieves!
Are you all right?
I think so.
You'll find your ransom in the coach.
What can I do to thank you?
Go on. Richard needs you.
Goodbye, Sir Robin.
Just Robin, if you please. Most any prudent man is prone to speak of wealth or fame, at times in quite an earnest tone, and other times in jest. Though I was no exception to the quest for such acclaim, but on the day I first saw you, my greed was laid to rest. And now my heart has naught to do but make this one request. Strike out my name from the annals of time. Take all the homage, the grandeur sublime. Just give this one thing alone. No glory, no honor to hallow my name. No praise do I seek for, no fortune nor fame. Just let me forever be known as the man who loved only you. No plea do I lay before you, I'm just a proverbial knave. But surely I shall adore you till the day that I go to my grave. So strike out my name from the annals of time. Take all the homage, the grandeur sublime. Just let me forever be known as the man who loved only you.
If there be any man here who objects to the marriage of Johnny and Ingrid, let him say so now.
Does that include me?
William Heathcliff Jr.
Sis, don't call me that!
And I pronounce you husband and wife. Johnny, kiss the bride.
Where's the ale? I knew it all along, Friar.
You haven't seen anything yet.
So, what's your next big scheme, Robin?
I don't know. Wise man once told me, life takes care of itself.
I can't believe my ears.
You'll just have to take my word for it.
Wait, hear that? There's a coach on the road.
Why, if it isn't old chivalric. Return.
There. Stop the coach. Pardon me for interrupting this happy occasion. but could someone tell me where I might find the man by the name of Sir Robin Hood?
Yes, you
I'm
might.
sorry. There's no one here by that name.
It's a shame. I was told by a very reliable source that all I would have to do is come to this forest, mention that name, and I would be directed to the man.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I'm afraid not. I merely wanted to meet the man who's been meddling in my kingdom while I've been away.
Your Majesty.
On your knees, thief. Sir Robin, I know what you've been up to while I've been away. Interfering with the affairs of the throne, spurning royal blood, and otherwise wreaking havoc among those whom I've appointed to govern in my stead. What have you to say for yourself, Sir Robin?
Just Robin, if you please.
Wrong again. Because of your unseemly conduct while your king has been away at battle, I'm afraid I have no other recourse but to place you under the watchful gaze of my most trusted advisor, for as long as you both shall live. There's just one problem. You have to be a knight to carry out your orders. Hold still. I dub thee Sir Robin, Baron of Sherwood and of Nottingham, and of all the lands that comprise this magnificent shire. Rise, Sir Robin. That will be all. Percival, guard us to Nottingham. Percival, shut up.
I think they want to be alone.
I wouldn't miss this for all the gold in England.
Then you're only here because of your duty to the king.
From now on, my first and highest duty is to love, honor, and obey.
Well, since you put it that way, care to take a stroll through your spacious new home?
Indeed, I would.
Sherwood, yes, this forest is